What happens if lightning strikes an airplane? Flying high above the clouds can feel peaceful, but storms sometimes raise a scary question in passengers' minds. What happens if lightning strikes the airplane? The thought of a powerful bolt of electricity hitting a metal aircraft at 35,000 feet sounds terrifying. However, the reality is much less dramatic than most people imagine. Modern airplanes are specifically designed to handle lightning strikes safely, and pilots train for these situations regularly. Let's explore what really happens when lightning meets an aircraft in the sky. How often do lightning strikes happen? Lightning strikes on airplanes are not rare events. In fact, aviation experts estimate that most commercial aircraft are struck by lightning about once every 1 to 2 years during normal operations. With thousands of flights taking place every day around the world, lightning encounters are expected and well understood. However, passengers almost never notice when it happens. The strike typically occurs in a split second and rarely causes serious problems. Airplanes are engineered to treat lightning as a routine environmental challenge, similar to turbulence or heavy rain. Why lightning usually hits the plane? Lightning doesn't necessarily target airplanes, but aircraft can sometimes trigger lightning strikes while flying through charged storm clouds. When an airplane moves through an area filled with electrical energy, it can disturb the surrounding electric field. This disturbance can cause a lightning bolt to form and connect with the aircraft. When this happens, the lightning usually enters the airplane at one point, travels along the outer metal surface, and exits from another point. The electricity stays mostly on the outside of the aircraft rather than entering the cabin. How airplanes protect passengers? Aircraft designers have spent decades developing ways to protect airplanes from lightning. One important principle is something called the Faraday cage effect. Because the aircraft's outer shell is made mostly of conductive materials like aluminum, the electrical charge flows around the exterior instead of through the inside. This means the lightning energy travels along the fuselage and wings before safely exiting the aircraft, usually from the tail or another extremity. The passengers, crew, and internal systems remain protected inside. Modern aircraft also include additional lightning protection features. Critical electronic systems are shielded. Wiring is specially insulated, and sensitive equipment is protected against electrical surges. Fuel tanks are also designed carefully to prevent sparks from forming inside. What passengers might see or hear if lightning strikes the aircraft? Passengers might notice a bright flash outside the window or hear a loud bang. The event can be startling, but it usually lasts less than a second. Sometimes the cockpit instruments may briefly flicker, but aircraft systems are designed with multiple backups to prevent any serious issues. Pilots are trained to monitor the aircraft after a strike and confirm that all systems continue operating normally. Most of the time, the flight continues without interruption. Do lightning strikes ever cause damage? Although lightning strikes are generally harmless, they can occasionally cause minor damage to the airplane's exterior. For example, small burn marks or tiny holes may appear where the lightning entered or exited the aircraft. After landing, maintenance crews inspect the aircraft carefully to ensure everything is functioning correctly. If any damage is found, it is repaired before the aircraft returns to service. Serious accidents caused by lightning are extremely rare thanks to modern aircraft engineering and strict safety regulations. How pilots avoid the worst storms? Even though airplanes are designed to withstand lightning strikes, pilots still try to avoid strong thunderstorms whenever possible. Aircraft weather radar allows pilots to detect dangerous storm cells from far away. Air traffic controllers and pilots work together to route flights around the most intense weather areas. This reduces the chances of turbulence, hail, and powerful lightning activity. So while lightning strikes can happen, pilots do their best to stay well clear of the most dangerous storm systems. The last major lightning-related accident. Aviation safety has improved dramatically over the years. One of the most well-known lightning-related accidents occurred in 1963 when lightning ignited fuel vapors on an aircraft shortly after takeoff. Following that tragedy, engineers redesigned fuel tank systems and introduced much stronger lightning protection standards. Since then, improvements in aircraft design have made lightning-related disasters extremely rare. Why flying through lightning is still safe despite how powerful lightning is? Airplanes are among the safest places to be during a storm. The aircraft's design channels electrical energy safely around the exterior, protecting passengers inside. Airlines, manufacturers, and aviation regulators continuously test aircraft to ensure they can withstand lightning strikes without compromising safety. In fact, lightning protection is one of the many reasons aviation remains one of the safest forms of transportation in the world. So the next time you see lightning flashing outside your airplane window, there's no need to panic. While a lightning strike might sound frightening, modern aircraft are built to handle it with ease. The electricity flows around the aircraft's exterior, leaving passengers safe inside. Thanks to advanced engineering and strict safety standards, lightning is just another challenge that airplanes are fully prepared to handle in the skies.